Okay, it's recording. So, hello everyone, and welcome to the first video of this channel that I recently made. This channel is called Empty Studios and will be the container for all my software development and game development that I'm doing in my free time, and maybe so other videos as well. So I will need to put a premise here. I am not very fluent in speaking in video recording, and especially English is not my first language. So I apologize in advance on how bad it will be to follow this video along, but bear with me because one of the principles of this channel here is learning by doing. And this is the main reason I'm starting this series and this channel here. So as you notice, the series is called POMODEV. And just to give you an example of what I will be doing in this video, let me do an index of what I want to talk about. So what is POMODEV? So POMODEV is basically a short form for Pomodoro development. And Pomodoro is not because some correlation with tomatoes, but it's only because of the Pomodoro technique, which is a technique that in synthesis will allow people to divide the tasks that they need to do in chunks of usually half an hour, which of these 25 minutes will be dedicated to doing the task and nothing else, and 5 minutes is dedicated to relax and stop. So what if the only time I have during the day is half an hour? What if is the only time I can do anything to improve and doing my hobbies? And so that is why I started this series and called it POMODEV, because I want to see in how many, let's say, Pomodoros I can improve and start learning and, trying to make what I like to make in my free time, which is game development and software as well, and other stuff that I might think in the future, like, I don't know, maybe some bass covers, but we are not talking about that now. I want to focus on my new development journey that I want to start and make public in YouTube, because the reason I'm doing it in YouTube is maybe there's someone like me that feels like they don't have the time or don't have the skills to do game development. And there is a very nice article that I've read recently. So also let's make this topic here. Why am I doing this? Because it always starts with a why. There's a very nice article at develop.games that is written by, I think, the developer of Pirate Software Studio. His name is Jason Thorhall. And this article here explains really well what you need to do in order to start a journey as a game developer. And this article here really was encouraging. It sparked in me the fire to even think how I can start again to develop games. And the nice thing is that to start, you don't really need any skills, and it's very convincing on the examples that you have done, on the tools that you really need to have. I really advise to read this article because I found it very interesting. I will leave a link in the description if you want to read it as well. And so I am doing this because I really want to see if by doing little steps, half an hour by half an hour, I can really improve and can see maybe even starting to make something, to be proud of. Okay, so now that you know why I'm making these videos, let's talk about what am I going to do first. So the first thing I need to do for starting is to getting this video ready and publishing it, because I think it is the 5th time I'm recording it, and that's happened a lot when you are new to making videos. But the flow that I want to keep for the other videos is to be a direct recording of what I'm doing. Now, for the first video, I can start whenever I want, because you never know how many takes I did before. But starting from the real first POMODEV, since this one I think I will call it POMODEV number 0, I cannot hide re-recordings of what I do. It would be very time consuming. So except for this video here, the next Pomodoro will be completely live recordings of what I'm doing. And maybe in the future I might also start to do POMODEV live with a real public. But who knows? I really don't know how even I will keep up with the channel. But it's a nice challenge to start. So apart from that, the other thing I want to do is, as a first project that I want to start, is to take one of my only survived games from the unfortunate hard disk wipe that I had some years ago, and trying to recreate it in another engine called the Godot engine. Very popular at the moment. Some people call it Godot or Godot. I think the pronounce is whatever you like, according from the lead developer of Godot. But that's not the point. The point is, I already made a game long time ago, which you can find on my personal website. I don't have a website for the moment for MT Studios. Maybe in the future will change. Yeah, by the way, I'm Italian, so sorry also for my bad Italian accent when I speak English. I hope you can get used to it, or I hope I can also improve with my accent. But I have made a game which I called Floaty Ship. I made it in Pico 8, and it's nothing really fancy. It's basically it's a Flappy Bird clone. So if you never played Flappy Bird, basically you have a character, in this case a ship, and your goal is going as far as possible while avoiding the obstacles. And it's really nothing special, but it was my first public game, maybe, that I was able to consider it a complete product. And I also added a little twist, which is the obstacles are reducing the gap in which you can go as you progress, and that is indicated also by the change of the color of the obstacles. I wanted to do a very minimal approach, also because I really bad with artistic skills, and it's something that I will need to learn in the future. But yeah, it was a very fun challenge. I think I completed it in about a week. Of course, a week, I'm speaking about maybe 5-6 hours of work in the entire week. But nonetheless, it was a nice project, and it was very fun to develop. So I will also leave a link in the description if you want to try it out. I am doing unbelievably well in this moment, and I don't know how it is possible. I think I never was able to go past pink, because the gap is getting very ridiculous. So, well, 86, it's a very good score, I can assure you. After this, there should be another color of obstacle that I never have reached, not even in playtesting. So if any of you is able to reach the final color, and you will notice why it is the final color. please let me know. So I will be very proud to see someone reaching that score. But okay, what I was talking about? Okay, what I want to do next. So let me stop playing this game. And basically what I want to do is a sequel to Floaty Ship. So I want to do a sequel where I will be using the Godot engine and you know, use it as the engine I want to learn for game development. And I tried to look to other engines like Unity, like Unreal, or also other engines like JavaScript engines, I think Phaser. And the one that was made by Candy Crush developers, Defold, okay, Defold I think it was called. I tried to look at these very different engines, but I don't know, Godot is something that the way it made the interface and the node and scenes architecture, and maybe also the Python scripting, even though I'm used to other languages as well. Python-like scripting, it is called GD script in reality. I think this is one of the engines that I may continue to learn and try to use as my main engine. And it will be very interesting to see how I can try to replicate the game inside this engine here. So in this sequel here, I want not only to make a sequel for the sake of making a sequel, but I also want to give it better graphics. So I needed to learn how to do graphics as well. I wanted to improve the gameplay loop in order to make it more fun and not only an arcade, and also maybe also more approachable, or at least better polished, let's say. And maybe check for new features. I will need to think about what features I want to make, maybe in the next POMODEV, but you know, something to give the sequel feeling, and not only a remake of a game. And I think that is a good way to start a new project and a new learning journey. Of course, this game is not anything original. It's of course a copy of another game that was very successful, but when you start learning, I think it's not a problem to copy others' work, as long as I don't claim that I am the original maker. You know, it's for training purposes only. I think it's a very best approach to try to copy something that works, because at least it helps you to get how can I say, you get something that works, and you can start to replicate and understand why it works, all the in and outs of the core of the software, and also understanding why something is made that way, and maybe also experiment with trying to change something a bit and see where it can go. I think it's a very nice starting point. So my first project will be this. And which tools will I use to do it? So as I said, I will be using the Godot engine as the game engine. Then I will need something to track my progress, and also establishing what I want to do basically the game document and the project management and so on. But since this project is nothing fancy, just for starting, I will be use my all reliable Notepad, like I'm doing right now. I think Notepad is a very versatile tool, very very fast. You can use it in seconds, and in Windows 11 even have the tabs option, so it's also useful for that. Maybe in the future I will try to check for a more advanced program. I have been using Obsidian for personal use, but just for starting and not getting complicated, I will start maybe with some Notepad notes. So Notepad for notes, task management, and features and progress tracking. Then I'm using OBS for video recording. I will need graphic tool. I will need the graphic tool because Godot is not integrated with the graphic tool, and so I will need to find out what better tool will be suited for what I'm trying to do. I don't know if I will be doing vector graphics, just because I'm not very acquainted with it. I mean, if I have to use it for work use, it's a thing, but for game development, I'm not sure how can if I am feeling good with doing vectors. So I will try to check if there is something with pixel art. Maybe Sprite is something that I know, but I didn't use it for quite a while. And if not, I could also try to use the other all reliable, which is Paint. Even though I don't particularly enjoy MS Paint of Windows 11. But it's a tool, it's available, it's something that I can consider if I need to do very small graphics or very little project, but I will try to see if I can manage to use Sprite as well. And then I will need some audio tool for music and sounds, and at the moment I cannot find anything in my mind. I think there is a list of tools in the develop.games website, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, tools, exactly. So yeah, so Godot for the game engine. I also looked at the Game Maker. I think I used it when it was like not in the Game Maker Studio form. It was like Game Maker 8, I think. Very, very long time ago. It was fun. I never did anything that was complete, but I always prototype different kind of demo, always with visual scripting, with the buttons and the icons and so on. It was nice to have everything embedded and like the graphics editor and other stuff, but I don't know, I didn't ever click with it. So for now we will stick to Godot. Okay, so I was thinking about Sprite, as this website says here, for graphics. I don't think I will start 3D graphics soon. I tried Blender. I was able to make the tutorial donut, but that was it. It's something that really requires very, very much time, even for the simplest things, and I don't really know if 3D is for me. And for sounds, I know Fami Studio, so I could use it for music style. It's only, the problem is that it does only NES style, so very 8-bit chiptune music. I don't know if I want to use it for this kind of game. I mean, I like chiptune music. I think one of the best tracks that I ever heard was the Messenger OST, which is very, very good. There are some songs that are really amazing. but I don't know if I want to use it for my project. Maybe I will try some stuff. I might use some MIDI, although with MIDI tools is always a hit or miss, because the MIDI tools, as you can see here, maybe use the notes on the, I think it is the pentagram, but I don't want to use the wrong word, but basically on the music sheet they use notes like this. I used to have instead the bars like on Fami Studio, so I don't know if I will be able to use the MIDI. And FL Studio is a paid program, so I don't know if I can take it yet, but I will consider it. I will need to find something to make the audio with, or maybe I can use a public repository, some free audio on the web. I will need to think about it. Okay, so that would be, I think, all the tools I need. Probably for the publishing tool, Godot should have both mobile and desktop. And of course, I have also from the tools I have the YouTube channel, but that was implied. And I think these will be the first steps that I will take for now. I have also an idea for another game, an RPG game, not the MMORPG, massive open world like kind of stuff. Actually, I really don't like open world, especially the ones that are taking very long to navigate. I don't like that kind of games. But I have an RPG in mind, something that also involves maybe some thematics of not fighting, but having other alternatives to win over enemies. But who knows? I will need to check in the future when I will be finishing the sequel to Floaty Ship. So I will work on it on the free time. So we are almost at the end of the 25 minutes, and I don't have a schedule for these videos. So just as a final topic, when will POMODEV videos release? At the moment, I don't have a schedule. I am recording the video number 0 right now, and I have no idea if I will be able to do a video number 1 tomorrow. But I don't want at the moment to promise any schedule or any kind of program for video, for publishing videos. The only thing I want to do is getting acquainted to recording them, and starting from also the next POMODEV, I will be structuring the work in a more organized manner, especially since I will be starting really to work on Floaty Ship. And I want to do it with the flow. I want to get this process as easy as possible, because the worst part of doing these things is trying to get the will to start sometimes, because there is always the feeling that everything needs to be perfect, everything needs to be ready for when you start a project. But in reality, the best way to achieve these things is start doing, making mistakes, learning from the mistakes, and making more mistakes. And after all the mistakes, you look back, and not only you see all the work you do, but also you look forward and you may see the product that you have done, and it's a result from all the mistakes that I've done, that the person does. Because every beginner needs to make those mistakes. The expert, they say that the expert is the one that made as many mistakes, as many tries. How does it say? I don't remember anymore. Okay, that was a very strange way to finish the video. But if you have sticked until the end, I don't know why you did that, because this video is horrible to watch. But I thank you so much, and hope that was the alarm. I hope to see you in the next POMODEV. And if you are a starting person, like me, I wish you the best, and I wish you that you also can start the journey and winning the fear that starting the journey put to you. So thanks you again, and see you in the next POMODEV. Bye.